Good morning. Today we are going to talk about the central summary of Rohinton Mistry's swimming lessons. The present lecture is continuation to the module 1. This is module 2, in which we will talk about the central summary of the short story swimming lessons and major themes and concerns and its literary value, and also we will look at the special features of swimming lessons. As we know, it is part of the collection of stories from Firoz Shah Bagh, 1987. Swimming lessons is told from the author's viewpoint, except in some portions that use the third person to depict Kersey's parents' response to the mail which he sends from Toronto. The story takes place in an apartment complex in the place called Don Mills suburb, which is in Toronto, Canada. It's clear from the opening passages that there is another important setting for the story, namely the memory of the narrator. At the outset, the narrator compares events in his new environment with those back in the Bombay housing complex called Firoz Shah Bagh, where the writer grew up surrounded by his family and other neighbors. Rohinton Mistry's swimming lessons is marked by nostalgic. It charts the displacement of a young Parsi from Bombay to Toronto. In this short story, the narrator draws parallels between his present life in Toronto and his past experiences in Bombay, trying to hold on to both the lives. As we know, the Parsi community represents the business community, and it resents the presence of immigrants in Bombay. They refer to the poor migrant labor community. In the short story, we can refer to it as Gutties, Ghattis, Gutties. In fact, it is a derogatory term used to describe people of Maharashtrians, descent of Maharashtra region in India. Usually it is an uncultured and ignorant person. It has different meanings, of course. Kersey struggles to find dignity as a brown immigrant in an alien land. Everyone in the neighborhood knows the other, and there is a general exchange of gossip in the apartment complex. Kersey is frustrated that he has to still grapple with this custom as he did in Bombay. Through Kersey's flashbacks, the readers get a vivid picture of festivals and their celebrations in Bombay. In the whole short story, the narrator frequently compares his present life and past memories, childhood memories, with his motherland, that is Mumbai. They suggest the narrators longing for the comfort of his cultural and traditional aspects. One more interesting episode in this short story is the memories of water. The memory of water does not hold the narrator's fascination. He remembers the fleet of the Chaupati Sea, which is in stark contrast to the swimming pool's clear water. However, the water in the swimming pool is symbolic of mistrust and apprehension. It also represents fear of the unknown. With a sharp eye and a gentle wit, Mistry paints a vivid picture of the congested metropolis, its throbbing life, and the constant tug of war between compassion and survival. Really, the readers enjoy while reading this short story. The narrator takes us from Mumbai to Toronto, from Toronto to Mumbai. The entire story is a comparison, which is a witness to the diasporic experiences in the Indian literature. As we all know, we have been discussing the diasporic literature for a long time as part of our Indian writing in English. And in this module only we will discuss the major themes. What are the major themes and concerns of the short story? What the writer wants to say through this short story? Yes. The short story, Swimming Lessons, it looks very simple, but it has a philosophical note which consists of major themes. Yes. 1. Cause and effect. We will see cause and effect. 2. Alienation. 3. Purification. The 4th theme, the cycle of seasons. When we look at the cause and effect theme, the cause and effect theme arises significantly at the end of the narrator's parents wonder if he writes about Bombay because he is lonely in his new home, or if he had to go to the new locale to find his subject matter back in the old one. Cause and effect. We know. No need to take the literal meaning of cause and effect. The understanding of cause and effect in Rohinton Mistry, something which is filled with the philosophical note. The second theme, alienation. Any immigrant feels the weight of being a stranger in a strange land. This is an important theme in the Swimming Lessons, and it is clear that the narrator is isolated and attempting to make connections with other people, but he is not only the character in this condition. There are other characters in the short story. When you look at the old man's character, the old man dies without anyone in the apartment ever getting to know him. Whereas other character like PW, the Portuguese woman, makes her observations and retreats behind her door. And the superintendent's family disintegrates, we know. In fact, no character makes any significant human contrast with anyone in this story. The third theme in this short story is purification. Of course, we know water imagery in my life is recurring, the narrator says. What does it mean? As he contemplates the Chaupati beach in Bombay in his childhood at the pool where his swimming lessons occur, he says he wants to see what is inside water. This works well as symbol of the unconscious mind of the narrator. Water is going to be a major theme in the short story of the swimming lessons. The fourth and the last one, the cycle of the seasons. Yes. The artistic patterning of life's experiences is a theme that arises out of the self-conscious of the narrator in the swimming lessons. These are the four major themes which we can find in the short story of Rohinton Mistry. Yes. When we look at the style of writing of Rohinton Mistry, the style of the story is realism. We know we have a lot of discussion on realism, magic realism, and many aspects in our classes. The style of the present story is realism. That is, the events in the story are things one would expect to happen in everyday life. In the present story, swimming lessons, the focus is on the narrator, his human interactions, his sensitivity to social environment, and his perception of images and symbols are very significant. As I told you, it looks very simple, but it has a lot of philosophical note. Thus, Rohinton Mistry wants to tell his inner ideology or subconscious thoughts through this short story, Swimming Pool. And as part of diasporic experiences, Rohinton Mistry's short story, certainly it becomes a good witness to know the growth and the travel of diasporic writings. Thank you.